Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome along to Crown Business TV, the place where business owners and entrepreneurs receive valuable insight and takeaway information to improve their profitability and business growth. Strap yourself in for another amazing episode with your host, Harvey Lynch. Good evening, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Crown Business TV this week. Happy Hump Day. Another exciting show for you this evening. We've got a bit in store. It's all about referrals and referral systems tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We've spoken a lot about getting your business online lately, but now it's about what we can do straight away that's going to have an immediate and a massive impact on the growth of our business. We've got Steve Becchio joining us again this week, and we will be right back after this. Hey there, meet Jim. Jim owns and runs a successful business. Jim and his team love what they do. They work hard and are proud of their achievements. But one day Jim's workflow had suddenly dried up due to a nasty virus that had shaken the economy to a standstill. And of course, Jim was getting rather concerned as to what this would mean for the future of his business. Would he have to lay off staff? And how would he maintain his valuable customers? Although, whilst not to be undone by this current crisis, Jim sought about ways in which to deal with his situation. He wanted to keep his business alive and keep his business thriving as well. After all, Jim had a loving family to look after. He went in search of information, to which he discovered a business expert who gave him a guide that helped him focus on his business in the right areas and outlined strategies to reboot his workflow and maintain his profitability. And after putting these tips to work, Jim now feels more confident than ever to handle times of uncertainty, to which he is now certain of a bigger and brighter future. So Jim recommends, don't get bitter during times of adversity, get better. Be like Jim. Download your free guide today. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want a copy of that guide and be just like Jim, there will be a link in the comments below very soon where you'll be able to grab that guide and help you if you're dealing with this crisis we're dealing with at the moment in an impactful way on your business. Welcome along tonight, Steve. How are you, mate?
Good evening, Harvey. It's good to be back on the show. Really great. Thanks very much.
Fantastic, mate. And how's things look over in your neck of the woods at the moment? Steve's from over in Sydney town.
Well, things are starting to look a little bit better, and that's encouraging. Some of the lockdowns are beginning to be lifted. Life's getting a little bit back to normal and cautiously, and I'm pretty optimistic for the next 6 months. I think it's going to get a lot better.
Well, that's great, isn't it? I mean, the last 4 or 5 days, we've had the new announcements from government about the new 3-stage plan to get the economy back opened up again and everyone out running around, which would be fantastic because we can't stay indoors for too long, can we, mate?
That's right. It's good news. I think there's some good news coming. So,
excellent, mate. We're chatting about referral strategies tonight. Lately, I think when you were on last time, we were chatting about business owners with the need to get their business online now with the way things are going. However, as we know, getting online with your business, particularly if it's completely new to you, it can be a task, and it's a task that's probably you're better off to delegate, offload to professionals that are very good in that space, and it can take a bit of time to start having an effect on your business. So what are some ways that we can actually get some immediate and impactful results with our business straight away to get business coming in? And right now is a time that this referral-based marketing is such a necessity, if you like. Referral-based marketing, you can build an empire just off that strategy alone. Really, wouldn't you agree, Steve?
Absolutely, Harvey. In fact, a lot of business owners I know exclusively work on referrals, and it's an extremely powerful way to build your business and a very cost-effective way as well.
Yeah, low cost, least risk, also has the greatest leverage with your utilizing with your business, as well as and the most effective method of generating business. I agree. I think. Would you agree, Steve-O?
Well, absolutely. Like one of the most, and as we all know, the most expensive thing you can try and do is get a new customer. So referrals are a fantastic way to use your existing customers, and at the moment, I think businesses are looking for any way they can to save cash, and people are cutting their marketing spend. But this is one area that if you're going to spend any money, spend it on referral-based marketing strategy for referrals is probably one of the most efficient ways you can navigate this crisis and tap into your customer base.
Absolutely. Now, let's just talk about there is different types of referral type marketing, and one of those that springs to mind is referral networking. Networking events is one of them, Steve, which is fantastic. I mean, we've quite often heard the term your network is your net worth, but I think there is a common misconception with people around what exactly is the difference between proper referrals and just word of mouth. And I believe like a lot of people see the idea of referrals. Like a lot of business owners I speak to, and Steve, I'm sure you'd think the same thing, is that when you're talking to them about, okay, so how do you generate your business? What's your best way of generating leads and new customers? And quite often the reaction you get is it's all based around referrals, right? And then you proceed then to say, okay, great. Well, what systems are you using? What scripts and tracks are you using to generate those referrals that you need? And quite often the feedback then is pretty much, well, we just do our very best and like to please our customers very well, and hope like hell it rubs off. And to which point I kind of term that strategy more hope marketing than anything, hoping that someone's going to send business your way. Now, that's pretty much your typical word of mouth marketing, right? It's unplanned and it's not really intentional, whereas a referral type strategy, if it's systemized and strategic, it has a much greater impact. It allows a business to systematically generate qualified leads and is quantifiable as well. It's predictable, as well as you basically know that once your referral system is up and running, you know exactly, you can predict the outcomes you're going to get from it. Steve?
That's exactly right, Harvey. I mean, you've hit the nail on the head there with the idea of the system. When you're doing your marketing, you want to be able to measure the results of your marketing, but you want a system that, when you want a machine that you create, that that when you turn it on, you can expect to get a certain number of referrals and a certain number of leads. And that's the only way to really operate a business with effective marketing, is to know when you switch a machine on that it's going to produce certain results. That's the most powerful form. And that's the type of systemized direct response referrals using referral programs and systems that you can measure. And that's exactly right. That's exactly the way to go.
Yeah, for sure. So let's talk about a referral system or a strategy we can use to wrap around and say, okay, well, I want to build my referrals coming through my business, because referrals, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the many profit drivers in your business. Quite often when a business owner wants to get more business, they think, well, I'll just want to go and get more new customers, which is one of the, as Steve mentioned, the most costly things you can do for your business. In saying that, it is a great method of growing your business and growing your profits, is getting new customers from your lead generation systems. But building your customer database through referral systems as well is another impactful way utilizing your existing customers. So we're going to break it down and discuss a system for you about generating referrals. So Steve, do you use any type referral strategies with any of your clients or business owners you deal with that come to mind?
Yeah, well, there are a few. There's a few practical ways to implement some of these programs. One of the first ways is you can offer a discount for every referral, so that if you give a customer a good service and you have them on your list, you can actually include them in a proper referral program and say to them, for example, if you refer to someone, then we'll give you a 15 to 20% discount on the next product you buy or the next service you provide. One of the most other practical ways, apart from that, is simply to have good customer testimonials. Now, a good testimonial can generate a lot of referrals just on the strength of that. So just there are just two main ways that businesses that I speak to and we talk to can generate referrals in a very simple and very cost-effective way. It's almost no cost for that type of approach.
And I think the beauty of rolling that out as well is if you wrap your referral systems around, say, your best clients, like your A-class clients that you have segmented in your database, hopefully, wrapping a system around those clients, because your better clients that you use a referral system with are more than likely going to bring you more of the same type of client, which are your better clients.
That's right. And often people, they need to be asked for referrals. That word of mouth is good, but you need to actually take the step and to proactively ask your clients for the referrals. And that's the important part, because then you can actually better measure the effectiveness of the good word that gets out from your business. And with referrals, the conversion rate for referrals is around 80%, which is fantastic. That's an amazingly high conversion rate, because there is that immediate trust there when your client recommends you to your friend or their friend.
The leverage component, yeah, yep. And the idea, though, of creating a system where you've mentioned the discounting, and there's also ideas of being able to give before you get, right? So what if, like, you manage, let's just say you've completed a job for one of your top clients, a service, or it might be a product sold, and they were quite happy with the service, and that is a critical ingredient too. Is to really focus on thrilling your customer with with your service or the product, so that they are over the moon when they deal with you, and when you notice them in that moment that they are very happy with what they've received, is the time to go in and start talking about referrals. Now, a way to do that is to possibly, one strategy you could use is offer a gift, a free gift that is just, here's a free gift to say thank you so much for being such a great customer. By the way, it would be a grateful thing if you could send us some referrals at some point. Now, giving a gift like that also kicks in the law of reciprocity, doesn't it, Steve? Where you're giving first, and at some point they feel obliged to give something back to you.
Absolutely, Harvey. And the great thing about it is that you can actually build a lot of goodwill with your client, and the person that they may refer, you give them a bit of a benefit or a discount as well, so that both people feel good about the transaction. Both people are receiving reward. One doesn't feel the other's missing out. It's just a great way to get a good quality list and a good quality customer base. Absolutely.
Yeah, and the idea of giving that gift first, and then to kind of break the ice to talk about referrals, is something along the lines of, so let's just say if you were a mechanic, right, and you gave your top class clients might have a nice Toyota Land Cruiser car, for example, and they really like to look after it. They come in when every service is due, and you decided your gift might be, now this is just a one-off, it could be a free service, knowing full well that one free service could then turn into 2 or 3 more clients. Now, whenever we execute a referral strategy, folks, is we want to think about the lifetime value of the client. What you're going to make out of that client over the lifetime you do business with them. So a free service that could cost $200 or $300 could add up to 3x times those services for the time of the lifetime of those new customers. So it could be up to 10 years, if you like, if that's the time you serve your clients. So the free service, and then you could say to your client, by the way, do you have any friends of yours that like to look after their car just as much as you do and would like to come in for a free service as well? A way to break the ice rather than physically ask ask for referrals, using those exact words. A way to break the ice and give off first before you ask for anything in return. I think those types of methods, when using referral strategies in a strategic way, is, I think that the main point is to make sure that it's value received on the customer's part that is over and above what anyone else offers. It makes you stand out, and because of that extra value as a gift, they feel obliged to give you something back in return by way of referrals. So do you have any extra input on that, Steve?
Yeah, I think, that's a great example. And if you look at the numbers behind that example, you've got a situation where you've got one customer who gives you maybe 3 or 4 referrals. Now, over time, those 3 or 4 referrals may give you 3 or 4 referrals. And then in turn, if they get good service, they will in turn give referrals. So the mathematics of it over time add up to a multiple in sales over the lifetime. And that's simply from giving good service to one client can start that chain of referrals. Now your expense to get those new customers is nothing compared to what you would have to expend to get a cold customer that had never heard of your business before. So it's an absolute compounding effect in terms of the numbers, and it's a great example. It's a great example of how a business can grow the profitability very easily using their current customer list.
And I think to create that referral strategy and then systemize it, put a system behind it, and the way to systemize that strategy is to execute. It's all about the execution of it, isn't it, Steve?
That's right. And you must track and measure, of course. You must track and measure. So if you've got a good list and you know when your customers are coming in, you track that, okay, it's a referral, that you'll be able to very, very accurately measure the efficiency and the effectiveness of your referral system. And it's the cost, the return on investment here should be fantastic.
Now, we're not saying race out and give away free services. It's an idea of being able to assess what can you give up in the form of, if you're thinking of giving a free sale, or it could be added value on top of the sale as a gift, right? So I would be more inclined to go the added value, the value add to your service as a gift option. Probably a little bit more. I'm not sure what you think, Steve, that rather than giving away free services or too much discounted stuff, it's going to be accepted well either way. But the fact is that you want to be standing out, right? You want to be known for the service or the product provider that goes above and beyond. And I think added value is a fantastic way to go. Now, when's a good time to make this happen, Steve? There's different times on when to ask for referrals, and obviously the main one is when you've received you've completed a service for a customer, might be, and they're over the moon. They're at a high point where they are really excited and ecstatic about the work you've done for them, or they're really happy about what the product's doing for their life. Is a great time to break the on a referral strategy. I think out of no matter what way you do it, it's all about getting it done and executing it well. So to execute it is all about okay, well, grab my group, my database of my best customers, and let's just say now you're going to have to worry about this on your own cash flow, of course, on how much you give away, how many gifts you give out. But you could say two customers per week, we want to use this strategy on, right? Or it could be more than that. It could be just one. As long as it is executed each time in a systematic fashion, you will get massive results from it. Steve, any other times when we should be asking for referrals, do you think, mate?
Well, that's you've got it right there, Harvey. And here's the funny thing is a lot of business owners they don't. The fortune is in the follow up, and they give great service. The customer's delighted, and they don't do anything. They simply let just the customer walk away. Now, okay, so a couple of months passes, and the euphoria that they feel has died down a bit. But that's the perfect time to actually include them in the referral program. And it's amazing how many business owners simply don't do this. They don't follow up. They don't do anything to capitalize on that goodwill that they've created. And that is the timing is everything there. So that is the perfect time, right after you've delivered fantastic service and delighted your customer, which of course everyone should be aiming for.
For sure. And look, I'm not going to lie, we had a fantastic, powerful calculator to show you some quantifiable results on what you can actually make out of a referral system. And it kind of crashed before the show, so we can't quite show you that now. But if you work out in your own mind, put pen to paper on what a customer is worth, and you manage to set up a system, get creative and work out, okay, well, what ways can I add extra value to my clients to get them to are motivated to bring me more customers, and turn one client into 3 or 4. You'll work the maths out yourself pretty quickly and execute that in a systematic fashion, and I think you're off to the races, Steve.
That's right, mate. And I don't think just working through in your head, if you take one lead and that generates another 2 or 3 referrals and they generate another 2 or 3, you can quickly see that one can turn into many, and those sales can add up pretty quickly. So I guess you can, if you think of it in those terms, it's a multiple of rewards for implementing this type of system.
Excellent. Steve, stick around, mate. We're going to be back with a quick Q&A session very shortly, just after this. Q&A, ladies and gentlemen. I love this section. It's our second week doing it, and we had our first run last week, and we've just got the one question tonight. We're probably running out of time. Steve, this is a question in from Liam, who has a plumbing business, and he wants to increase his workflow so that it's more consistent, right? And so he's got more consistent work coming in. He wants to look at how he can get his business listing on page 1 of Google. And his uncle, who also has a business, is spending about $1,500 a month, and he's actually on page 1 of Google. However, he cannot spend anywhere near that type of money. And I'm going to say, well, to answer that question, Liam, is to get your business onto a page 1 listing of Google, there is a bit of time involved in it, and there is a bit of an investment. So unless you're, like you've mentioned, your uncle is spending that type of money and he's actually landing on page 1. However, if you can't spend anywhere near that type of money, you're probably better off to generate more consistent work coming in through using lower cost strategies, just like the referral strategy we spoke about earlier, in generating those consistent leads coming in. Now, my take on it, and Steve will add some more in a moment, is to look into your own database and And I'm hoping if you have got a CRM set up, use that. Otherwise, to get the ball rolling with a CRM, I'm sure you have a bookkeeping system that you use for invoicing customers, where you can transfer your contacts out of that into a customer relationship management system that you can then use to start marketing to your existing customers. Here's the reason why. Now, it costs 6 to 8 times more to get a new customer than it does to sell to an existing one, right? So, and it's 16 times easier to sell to an existing client as well. So if you were able to go to your database of clients that you've served over the time and forge together a new offer or be able to offer a new service or a new product to your existing database that you can then start generating more consistent work with, and put that to your database first through very low cost strategies. And I think you will see much better bang for buck, I suppose, you know, so to speak, on getting that work coming in. I know that your existing database is where I would start first. And once you're at a stage where you can start spending more dollars towards things like your online marketing with Google and so on, I think that would be a great place for you to start. Steve, do you have any input on that, mate?
Yeah, I think and a lot of businesses are in this position. If you're on a limited budget and you've got a client list that you've been dealing with for a while, and hopefully you do have a list, but if you don't, or if you haven't recorded those details, it's not the end of the world. But the key things and the cheapest way is to do something. Well, you could do a direct mail out, but the thing that you want to get right is your offer. You want something creative. You don't want an offer that's the same as everyone else. So you want to get creative and think up a way you can give someone a discount or package it in such a way as it's interesting and it brings them in. And then when they come in, you can say, look, if you, as part of this offer, we'll also have a referral system as well. And that will get them interested. That will get their attention. And if you've got your list, you can send out a mailer out instead of an email or something like that, which is much more likely to get attention. If you give some attention to that copy on there and what you're sending out to differentiate yourself from the other businesses of your type, then that's a very good start. And it's a very good way to get some instant interest and response to participate in a referral system.
Beautiful, yeah. And again, being very low cost, using things like the referral system and your existing database. I mean, and this goes for anyone watching this is to, if you concentrated marketing efforts on your existing clientele without worrying about new ones, and it's pretty timely, mind you, with what's going on at the moment, trying to get new customers and spending all those dollars just to get brand new customers is going to be an ask for a lot of businesses. And if you focus your marketing efforts on your own database, your existing clients, then you're looking at 600 to 800% less or more efficient marketing budget than you would be the alternative. So that's where I would start, Liam, and I hope that's answered your question as best I can. I think I don't think I would be going that Google route at the moment. There is ways and there's experts in that area that probably could help you, but right now that's where I'd be advising you to do, particularly in this climate we're in at the moment, mate. Steve, we're going to have to leave it at that, I think, tonight, mate. Thanks a lot for coming on the show again. It's much appreciated. You bring a fancy microphone, and I'm going to. Are you going to take us out with an Elvis song tonight, mate? Or?
First Nations, Harvey, but we won't have a microphone competition. I'll move it back a bit next time. And but thank you for having me on. It's always a pleasure, and I always enjoy our discussions. And thank you for that question as well.
No problems at all, mate. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to send a question into the show, you can just email it to info@crownbusinessdevelopment.com. That's info@crownbusinessdevelopment.com, all one big long word. And I'll get that in the comments as well. And also, if you think this is of value to yourself or anyone else that you think would benefit from these shows on Wednesday nights, Wednesday night lives. Let them know. Give us a comment, give us a like, and put a share out there as well, so that we can get this in front of as many business owners as we can to add more and more value and just get it out there. So hopefully the referral strategy helped you out tonight, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Thanks again, Steve. Catch you later, everybody.
Cheers.